everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I have some very interesting news for you, so I want you to stay tuned. I want you to listen in. I'm going to ask you for some comments because I want you to tell me what you think about this. This is some really, for many of us who live in the state of California, we just had an election for our governor, Gavin Newsome, to be recalled. Of course, that election was yesterday, and, he is still the current governor. He was not recalled, but a lot of folk were very critical of the way he handled the state mandates and things of that nature during COVID. And he was seen by reporters, he was caught in one of these very fancy restaurants not wearing a mask, when at the same time he was mandating everyone else to wear masks. And so, it's kind of like this thing going on where a lot of businesses were shut down and they had questions and things of that nature. They felt as though their voices weren't heard. So I have an article that I came across, and it is regarding one of the actresses in Hollywood. And she had some very interesting news to say about Governor Newsome's wife. So I want you to stay tuned. I want you to hear what's going on. And I want you to please comment down below. Let me know what you think about this. Now, these are not my opinions. I've just been doing some research and coming up with some interesting news that I want to share with you guys. Information that I found out, and maybe you already know, maybe you haven't heard, but just want you to give your opinion or comments on what you think about this. Now, I do have my notes, so I'm going to be looking down here at my notes. I want to make sure I don't leave anything out. But again, these are not my opinions. This is just based on research that I have found. And also, I did find this article in Newsweek, so I'm going to be quoting that article as well, just to be able to educate you on what's going on here in California. Okay, so again, I came across this article by Newsweek today about Rose Mcgowan. Now, she's the actress that played on Charmed. She also played in the movies Scream and Encino Man. She did a press conference on September the 14th, which was yesterday, right before the governor recall election in California. Now, just to give you a little bit of background about the recall election, Governor Gavin Newsome is California's governor. And so he was criticized by a lot of Californians in regards to the mandates that he implemented during COVID-19. They found that he was being hypocritical by really fiercely mandating that all Californians wear masks. However, he was caught at a benefit function at one of these very expensive restaurants here in not wearing his masks. I'm not sure if he was hosting the event or attending the event. I'm not sure of all the details. But yeah, this was really big news here. A lot of businesses suffered during that time because there was closures. They weren't able to open up their businesses to the public. And these were all implemented by these mandates by Governor Newsome. And so he was criticized heavily by Californians. So they initiated a recall. And so yesterday they had the actual recall election. And so, yeah, he's still the governor today, but I'm going to get further into that as I continue to read. So, yeah, Rose Mcgowan, she, came right before this election. Let me just finish this article. Now, she said a lot of things and they will make you wonder. And a lot of Californians are like, wow, that just came out of nowhere. So back to the article in Newsweek. According to the article, which was dated September the 15th, 2021, Rose Mcgowan publicly endorsed Larry Elder. Now, just to give you a background on Larry Elder is a media figure. He does a lot of radio and other types of mediums, and he really speaks from a Republican's standpoint. So he was the Republican front runner, as well as there were others on the ballot to run against Governor Gavin Newsom. So that's who Larry Elder is. She just really just came out of the blue, and she did this on behalf of Larry Elder. And just a little bit of background about her. Rose Mcgowan was one of the front runners in the Me Too movement situation regarding the Hollywood power players, like the producers and things of that nature, one of them having been Harvey Weinstein. And if you can recall, many were accused of sexual harassment, abuse, and different things that violated many of the actresses and female staff and things of that nature that were in Hollywood. And they accused a lot of these actors and producers and various power players for being very, I guess, abusive and forward with sexual abuse or harassment. And so she was one of the front runners, Rose Mcgowan, and was a part of that. So just wanted to give you a little bit of background if you didn't know. Now I'm going to go back to the article here. According to Newsweek, September 15, 2021, Rose Mcgowan publicly endorsed Larry Elder right before the California governor recall election. She announced she is no longer a Hollywood Democrat. The actress also accused Governor Gavin Newsom's wife, Jennifer Siebel Newsome, of trying to silence her about Harvey Weinstein. Republican candidate Elder was attempting to unseat Newsome in the election. However, Governor Newsome won the election and he's able to continue his term. Now, Mcgowan alleged Newsom's wife tried to bribe her before the news about Harvey Weinstein broke out. The former Charmed star, who was a leading figure in the Me Too movement, made the accusation firstly on Thursday during an appearance on the political talk show, The Rubin Report. So she also elaborated her claims in a lengthy Twitter thread posted on September 12th. Mcgowan said Jennifer Siebel Newsome reached out to her in 2017, just months before the New York Times published the explosive report detailing decades of sexual harassment accusations against Harvey Weinstein. Mcgowan says Jennifer Newsome contacted her on behalf of Weinstein's lawyer, David Bowie. Mcgowan told Dave Rubin on the Rubin Report, quote unquote, "So this woman, I don't know, some blonde lady with the last name of Newsome, cold calls me and was like, David Bowie wants to know what it would take to make you happy." As I interpret this from the article as well as from the press conference is that Jennifer Newsome, Rose Mcgowan, stated or inferred that she was harassed also. I'm not sure if she meant that Governor Newsom's wife was sexually harassed by Harvey Weinstein or by some other public figure, but that Newsome was also in the same situation as some of the actresses as far as sexual harassment. Now, this is what Rose Mcgowan was saying during the news conference. This is not what's in this article here. She also said a lot of other things, but she mentioned that she knew that Mrs. Newsome was harassed and she wanted to keep it on the DL. She contacted Rose and asked her, kind of like before the whole big thing came out for Harvey Weinstein, she contacted Rose to try to, tell her to keep it down, keep it on the DL, don't come out. What can we do to make you happy? In other words, a bribe. So again, this is not what is stated in the article. This is what I gathered from the press conference that was done and what it seems to be inferred by this quote that was presented in this article. Now, as part of the lengthy Twitter thread, Mcgowan shared what she claimed is the email from Jennifer Newsome, and the Twitter thread was posted on the online article. Now, I want you to comment down below and tell me what you think about that. Have you ever heard of that before? Is that new news to you? Because it was new to me. Rose Mcgowan also said she was blacklisted by Hollywood because she spoke out during the Me Too movement. She moved to Mexico, where she says she lives now and she's happy. She moved there to get away from all of the craziness. She said when she was acting, they influenced her to change her name from Rosa to Rose. And a lot of times you've heard from other actors in the past that changed their name from more ethnic sounding names to names that sound more European. So I'm assuming this is what she meant by that, but she didn't go into detail. Well, she said a mouthful, but it wasn't enough to get Newsome recalled. I found this to be quite interesting. Tell me your thoughts. Be sure to comment down below, and I'll see you next time. God bless.